Hey, welcome everybody. Sports Book Review. It's Tuesday, December 20th. We're getting near Christmas. This is the PuckHeads show, and it's the first time all three of us have been together probably in about a week and a half or 2 weeks, because Dana, he went 3-0 and escaped. Where'd he go again? He went to some damn cruise in Mexico. Mexico.
Yes.
You lost like 2 or 3 in a row, and hell, you went to Nicaragua. What the hell's coming up for Brenner? I don't know.
I lost 2 in a row, 3 in a row. When was this?
Well, something like that. You haven't won 2 or 3 in a row, I can tell you that. But I got news for you, Scott Carter. Since you've been gone, that was a great song back in the day by Head East, just so you know.
Here we go. Here comes the anti
well,
Scott
I'll
Carter
tell you, when
comments.
you were gone, all right, I've been 5-1. Dana is 6-1, so we're kicking ass and taking some names. And with that being said, I got to feel, let's throw the record up anyway, because we haven't been putting the record up, but we have total.
You haven't putting the record up?
No, we've been
Why
tracking
would I give you
the
my record every day? What do I do it for?
There's a reason for it,
reason
okay?
for
When you lose 7 out of 8, I'm doing you a favor,
not
trust
losing.
me,
Did I lose
by
7 out
not
of 8?
throwing the record up. So with that
so.
being said, all right, guys, we're back on track. The PuckHeads record will be up on this video, and you can see where Dana Lane is picking up some steam. He's melting ice
that's why it's gonna go up now.
everywhere he
Dana's
goes.
good.
All right, unfortunately, Dana, for me, I'm in the studio with Scott Carter. You got the luxury of being in Vegas and being away from him. How's everything on your side?
Everything is great. I look forward to another winning streak, because next week after Christmas I'm off to Orlando. So it seems like after I do trips, I do pretty well. So we'll try to figure that out and see how we can get PuckHeads up from Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, well, that'll be nice. I'm looking forward to that. Do me a favor. Stop on the way to Costa Rica and take Scott Carter with you. He needs to go to Disneyland or Disney World or something. Something to turn up
I feel like I
his
did
game.
something to you in my previous life.
Hey, buddy,
or
it's
something.
just
I don't
what we
know
do. It's the chemistry that's here, and it's all good. All right, guys, let's get busy for these viewers. And Scotty Carter, we're going to start off with you. All right, how many picks do you have today?
Well, I got 1 for sure.
Okay.
I'm thinking of another couple, but it's still early. So
All right, and the guys at Canuck Carter on Twitter.
At Canuck Carter, you've been following me lately. You guys been seeing my
all jokes aside, the Twitter video.
4-1 last night, 4-2 last night.
That's what he claims. I haven't looked yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I do trust you, and I believe you. So with that being said, hit us with your pick today.
All right, first pick I'm going to take is the over 5 in minus 120 is the best shop line I got out there. It's between the Columbus Blue Jackets that have won 10 in a row.
Buddy, who saw this coming with them? Not me.
Against the LA Kings.
Yeah.
They've got 5 losses in regulation time this year. Amazing. The Canucks let the coach go, but he's obviously turned it around and adjusted things, and he's doing a lot of things right in Columbus.
Yeah. I think that's why it's juiced up minus 120. I think
the reason I'm taking over 5 is LA. They've been scoring okay lately, but last time out on Sunday they lost 1-0 in Boston. So it was a pretty pitiful performance.
All right, but what about their goaltending? All right, you got Columbus coming in. They're playing very good hockey. Is their goaltending going to step up to the challenge and possibly shut them down?
Well, that's obviously it's gambling. It could happen, but I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think they're going to go for the 11th win, and LA is going to put a couple past the other guy, and I think they're going to lose the game.
The other guy. Holy God. You hear that, Dana? The other guy. Put him on the spot.
That was on the spot, okay, whatever. So I think it's going to be like an over 5 easily, and it's going to go over, and that's my first pick.
Okay, I like it. Dana, what's your thoughts on that? Scotty Carter, Columbus and L.A. over 5.
Well, I'm really happy for Columbus, to be honest with you. I mean, this was a team that Tortorella took over almost midway through the season last year, and just couldn't get it going. There was a lot of injuries. Obviously, the Bobrovsky was injured most of the year, and this is the year that he's starting to again play like a Vezina Trophy winner. And of course, Werenski defensively has been a godsend for them. I'm a big fan of Tortorella, so I hope they carry this as long as they can.
All right.
I thought he'd be another Mike Keenan, where he's kind of an older type of coach philosophy.
He used to coach the Flyers back in the day.
You can't coach these millionaire players anymore. And I thought he was in like a Neanderthal coach, basically.
Sure.
The game passed him by for that type of coaching. But he proved me wrong coming into this year with that attitude. Maybe he's changed. I don't know. Do you have any insight on that?
No, that's the thing. He has changed a lot. I can see his bench demeanor completely change from what it's been in the past years. And I think sometimes you kind of have a conversation with yourself and said, look, in order to identify or to get the most out of my players, I have to change my demeanor. And I don't know that for a fact, but I definitely can see him on the bench being a different coach than he has in the past years.
Well, some guys don't do that. Some guys
exactly.
Can't.
A lot of them don't, and it's the ego that doesn't allow them. All right, another sport, but something similar. remember, Joe Gibbs had come back into the game after he was, big into NASCAR racing. When he came back, the whole game had changed. The players had changed, and he admittedly said, I was not prepared mentally to make the changes that have happened in the game and how to manage these egos. He said, I take responsibility for that, and he stepped away. I love that. That's honesty. And I think
another Mike Shanahan, for example.
Exactly.
I don't think he can change. No. I don't think he can adapt to the new type of football.
No, he can't. Anyway, that's why he's not coaching right now. But no, it's not off topic. It means a hell of a lot. And when a coach can adapt and become that player's coach, all right, it changes everything. The whole dynamics in the locker room, on the ice, and everything else. All right, I like the breakdown. I like the insight. With that being said, Dana, hit us with your first pick.
First pick of Sorry, Scott. We're going to go to the Winnipeg, Vancouver tonight.
That's okay.
And look, this is two teams. I mean, when you look at this on paper, this is one team trying to make the playoffs and one team trying not to be the worst team in hockey. And that's no disrespect. That's just a fact. Although I would like to see Winnipeg generate some more offense. But when you look at them offensively, I mean, it's very simple. Do you like the Eller, Scheifele, and Wheeler line on the first line, and then Perrault, Little, and Laine on the second line? That's pretty potent to me. I think they need to shoot the puck a lot more. But when we're comparing top two lines, there's absolutely no comparison as far as firepower. Both of these teams struggle on the special teams, on the power play and the penalty kill. So there's no advantage there. But Winnipeg has, in the last 5 games, has beaten teams with losing records 4 out of the last 5, and I don't. So the reason why that's important is I don't think that they're a team that kind of takes a step back because of their level of competition. You're given only $1.15 is the best line that we saw.
Line. It should be higher, shouldn't it?
Well, they're on the road, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on the road, and I don't think so because I have Winnipeg very low in my power ratings just because I don't think that they generate enough offense. But certainly when you compare the top 2 lines, I cannot back a team that their top line barely produces over a half a goal a game or half a point a game.
Is he beating you up?
Canucks it is.
He's beating you up. He's going the other way. Canucks it is. I love it.
All right.
Okay, so Winnipeg minus 115. That's correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, fantastic. I like it.
Good luck, Deanna. Good luck.
All right, I'm going to hit you with my first one. And again, feeling it, starting to crank it up myself. All right, Chicago versus Ottawa. All right, I like this because Ottawa's 0-2-1 versus the Central Division. They don't bring it when they face this division. And I just think right now, Scott Darling, he's at 6-0-1 in this stretch, all right, since Corey Crawford went down. He said, I want to get...
calls me, by the way, Scott Darling.
I want to get as much playing time as I can because I want to prove my worth. I read that this morning, and he knows Crawford's going to be coming back sooner than later. I think he absolutely wants to continue this momentum. The team has rallied around him, and I don't think there's any way in hell tonight Ottawa gets that win. I like it. I got it on the puck line at WagerWeb plus 185. What are your thoughts on that pick, fellas?
Go ahead, Danny. You can start.
Well, for me, I mean, I think you're dead on with that, Mike, because, look, people say, they said this about the situation with Lundqvist in New York, and let's keep in mind with the expansion draft, these teams are a little more likely to keep these players, and I know he had Corey Crawford had an appendectomy, and he's probably going to be back on Saturday, but the flip side of that is, hey, look, we get to really showcase these players, and believe me, if your second goaltender gets in there and gets an opportunity, they know they're not only playing for the team that they're on right now, but they're also being showcased as well. So I think you're going to get, look, Scott Darling's a fantastic goaltender anyway, and I think you're going to get a sharp effort out of him.
Wow, I like that breakdown because that brings it to a whole nother level when they know with the expansion they got a shot to be a number 1 goalie somewhere else, and this kid is definitely proven.
Chicago, since they got Taves back, is just a different team. I mean,
absolutely.
They got that leadership. He's one of the
Taves
best captains.
Definitely, he brings it. They go as he goes.
But Ottawa, man, they're a funny team.
I know. There's no doubt. This is respect. Had it not been the situation where this kid knows his time's limited before Crawford comes back, I might lay off it because 6-0-1, he's due for a damn pounding of the loss. But I don't think so tonight. And when you got a home crowd behind you, I like it. I think this is a great play, and I'm hoping it's going to continue to cash. All right, with that being said, Dana, do you have another pick for us?
Yeah, we're going to go with St. Louis, Dallas, 5.5 over the total plus $1.20. And again, we're playing with house money, so we can afford to take some shots on this plus money. And both of these plays are for a unit. And if I'm the St. Louis Blues, the biggest thing I want right now is to get back on the ice after dropping that game against Edmonton last night, a game that they shouldn't have dropped. And I think St. Louis is going to be focus on scoring a lot of goals and sending a message that Edmonton game last night was an anomaly. Look, St. Louis, when they play the Central Division, it is dominated by overs. When these two teams play each other in the last 8 games, 5 of them have been over, 3 of them have been pushes. This is the 3rd time in 4 games that St. Louis has had a third period meltdown. So that's also telling me that, hey, look, they may not be as strong as they normally should or would be at this point defensively, which look, we're still waiting for Dallas to get going offensively. Maybe tonight is the night. There's a lot of factors involved, Mike, that to me, pushes this game over. And let's also remember, this is an NHL where teams have no problem giving up 2 empty net goals at the end, especially in 1-goal games. So if you think this is going to be a close game, which I do, it could blow wide open at the end of the game because of the empty netters.
That's great insight. Another thought on that, and I was also aware of St. Louis, how they blew that game. They had that game, and I know they're kicking themselves in the ass. My thoughts, and I almost pulled the trigger on it, was St. Louis in the first period, because I think that frustration is going to roll over right into the beginning of this game. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we talk about this on our radio show every day about these teams that, give up a game like St. Louis did last night, and B, get called out by their coaches or teammates. I mean, we had a situation with the Kings a week ago where they basically were called out in the media for their moxie, I guess, if you will, and they came out in that first period the next game and played exceptionally well. So yeah, there's something to that for sure, Mike. But I think if you're I'd rather go after that plus money and go over that 5.5 total.
Okay, I like that breakdown.
I like the periods too. If you see on my Twitter feed, I do a
and
lot
I know
of first
in the beginning
things.
you were big on that. So
I'm still doing them.
And of course, it's harder to put them out early, obviously, because of the changes. So that's another reason. Check out Scotty Carter's Twitter.
I'll definitely have some more. I'll have definitely some more.
When are you going to change that Twitter handle to @FlyersCarter? At Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Because, come on, baby, my Flyers, besides last night, they're rolling, and I'm 11.
They've lost 2 in a row now?
No, it's all right. I'll take 10-2 in a minute.
Remember, guys.
1-0 in a shootout last night.
2 hot teams, Tampa Bay. 2 cold teams right now, Tampa Bay and the Islanders. 2 hot teams, Columbus and Boston right now. So keep an eye on that for some puck lines.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put out my second play. I've got another play.
I thought you were done.
No, hell no. I'm not done. I'm just getting started, Scotty.
All right.
I'm going with Florida Panthers tonight. Do you understand this 44-year-old guy, Jaromir Jagr, however you pronounce his name? All right, he needs 3 points away from tying Mark Messier. All right, that's a hell of a milestone. I can't believe this guy is still playing at 44 years old. My God, I guarantee he'll outskate your ass and skate circles around you, Scotty Carter.
I bought him a beer in Sheraton in Vancouver a couple of years ago with Nedved, or a few years ago.
Nedved. God, I remember Nedved.
I speak Czech, right? I speak Czech, and he speaks.
You do? Yeah. Throw it out there. Let me hear something. Talk to Dana Lane in Czechoslovakia.
Ja chci pivo teď. That means I want a beer now.
God, if he answers that one, I'm going to fall off the chair. You got a response to that one? Yeah, sounds like my wife when she was trying to learn English.
I barely know English, Mike. You can't expect me to go on to another language.
So anyway, he came into the bar and him with Nedved, and I was playing pool there, and he came in, and we joined, and we bought him a couple of beers, and it was pretty cool. I'll tell you what, you don't win your picks on this video tonight, you might be working at that bar. So with that being said, I'm just giving you a hard time. The bar's closed down.
It's closed down. It probably burnt down.
It's a casino now.
All right, here we go. I'm going with Florida on the money line, -146. I got it at 5 dimes. Again, this is a lot of momentum, and Buffalo's lost the last 2 on the road. They're starting to fall into that pattern. I'm just not sold on them, and right now I'm sold on somebody that has a milestone he's reaching for and a team that's going to rally around him. And this kid at 44, and I say kid because he's skating like a 25-year-old. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, and Florida's starting an 8-game homestand.
Yeah.
And they need to get their shit together before the season's finished, right? Yeah. For them, it's not.
No, they said this is the time they're going to show whether they're.
I like that, thinking about that. I'm thinking about that one as well, and I'm going to do a little bit more thinking about it until later on this afternoon.
Yeah,
but
keep thinking.
Definitely, that's a great pick.
You keep on thinking, you're going to start drinking. Trust me. All right. With that being said, Dana, that's all you got for us?
Yes, sir. We're going to go with the 2 plays each for a unit each.
Okay, fantastic. Guys, we're going to get the momentum going. We're going to start melting that ice on a regular basis here with the Puckheads. Scotty, all due respect, I give you a hard time, but it's kind of nice having you in the studio today. Because
beat up on Scotty.
Well, it's easier to do it when you're here instead of verbally when you're in Nicaragua and me and Dana are just laughing. You're going to have to check out that last show, though, because we were pretty hard on you. And you know what? I don't feel bad about it at all. How about you, Dana?
Dana and I.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember it being a we effort, but I do remember.
Oh, okay. Don't throw me under the bus. You were right there with me. We were drinking together on that one. All right, guys, this is the Puckheads. We're going to make it happen, so tune in. And please don't forget, all right, click on the logo and sign up at SBR. And promise you, Scotty Carter's going to come out of this mess.
Jagger was a lousy tipper, by the way.
Yeah, I know he was. He probably was.
He still is, probably.
Yeah.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts and shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.